Hi, I'm Shalane, this is Dean, and we are Grassroots Living. Usually we do travel videos, and we're going to continue to take you on some epic journeys. But today we need to take a quick break and show you how to put in a hot water heater. The travel trailer that we're in now is a, what is it?
2010 Summerlin by Keystone.
Yeah. We needed a new hot water heater. At first we thought, oh heck, we're going to have to take it to a shop, and then we both looked at it and said, you know, we don't have a background in this. We have background in education, not in travel trailer building and maintenance, but we thought we could do it. So today we're taking you along as we put in this new hot water heater.
And we're going to get to it right away because I know that's why you're here. But if you want to know just some more information about water heaters, how I got it, and all that type of stuff, hang on till the end and I'll give you some kind of the tips and tricks that I've learned putting in this Suburban propane only water heater.
And one more thing, disclaimer, if you do your own, it could void your warranty. So this is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. We take no responsibility if you screw it up. Let's do this.
So the first thing I need to do is make sure that my propane tanks are completely off. Next thing I want to do is make sure that I shut off the water completely. Don't want any city water going in. Now that I have the city water off, I want to make sure that the water pump is off so there's no chance for the water to come through. Alright, so we've had a problem with this new used travel trailer that we just bought. It had a leak in it, even though we were promised that everything worked. You know, it's just one of those things that had to happen. So we bought a new water heater, and now we're going to pull out the old one and install the new one. So right now we've just finished up unscrewing all of the screws from the outside. Set that aside. We've already taken off the propane connection here. Okay, so that's actually quite loose. Now I'm going to just go ahead and drain the rest of the tank. So I did make sure that I released the pressure on this so that there is nothing left in terms that would push this rod all the way out towards me when I undo it. I've loosened it now. We're going to let the water flow on out. Okay, so we've emptied out the water heater. Now I'm going to go to the back underneath the bed. We'll take you inside to show you what this was like. It's actually in a pretty good spot if you had to replace a water heater. I know in some motorhomes it's in a much different spot and a lot harder to get into. But this turned out to be okay. We're going to push this on through so that we can insert our new one. So come with me and we'll head to the inside. Alright, so as you can see, it's in a pretty convenient spot. I'm just going to slide this through in just a second. I always just like to keep a little pail down there just in case when I go ahead and release this line. In case any little water, residual water wants to flow out, which it isn't. We did turn the water pump off so that there's no, and we're disconnected from the outside line, so we should be in good shape. Okay, so I'm just going to push it out a couple inches so that I am knowing that it's going to get out of there, and then I'll go to the outside again and pull it all the way on through. So as you can see, I'm 2 or 3 inches out of it, outside the outer. But this part here, I don't know if you can see it, it still has the putty around the outside of the propane, which is keeping the propane hose from coming completely attached. So what I'm going to do is remove that so that it can slide through and we should be able to get the rest of it out. Okay, so this had just an enormous amount of caulking down in this area, which is good. It's what keeps, if there is a propane leak, from leaking it back to the inside. But we're able to just go to back to the inside of the trailer and pull the propane line back through. So now we're ready to remove the entire thing from the trailer. As you can see, that's where our problem was. Quite rusted in that area. Although when I talked to the guy, he said he rarely used it, so he didn't see how it would be possible. But it's 10 years old, and things like that happen. So certainly that's the place where it was leaking pretty badly. One of the things that you will need to know is that the new water heater, when you order it, will not have these check valves in them. So I've already removed the one from this side, but I still need to remove this one from this side and put it into the new one. So just keep that in mind. If you want brand new ones, because sometimes the check valves are faulty, make sure you order those beforehand. Alright, so sometimes you just don't have the right tools, so you just need a little more torque. So what I've done to get this off, if you look down here, is I just borrowed my tire iron and put it on the appropriate one, and then I just give it a wheel. And I have it out. Okay, we're going to slide this on through. Now we'll have to probably go to the inside in just a second. Alright, so I've pushed this back through. I'm going to have to put a little caulking back in through here. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap. We don't want if there is ever a propane leak, we don't want it seeping back into the trailer. So we'll fix this up a little bit, and then we'll be able to kind of start finishing up the inside of it where I hook the water lines back in. Alright, just so, I don't know if this would ever happen. It maybe only happens 1 out of every 10,000 trailers. But Keystone, when they installed this, I don't know if you can tell, but they've got blueprint here going into the red here. This is what was originally connected into the hot line, but that was the intake. The water intake going into the water heater was actually going into the hot water side, which has a check valve which keeps the water from going in. And the guy that owned the RV for 10 years never knew that. He said he could never understand why he could never get hot water. Well, it's Keystone's fault. They put the wrong pipe into the wrong thing. So I've got some flex tubing to make the adjustment so that I can get the intake going into the cold and the outtake from the water heater going back into the hot water line. Probably a little more than that. Alright, so I wanted to show you the finished product and give you a couple of those tips that I was talking about earlier. This is what it looks like, but right in here, probably 3/4 of an inch to an inch on the inside of this is where you would light the pilot. This is for the Suburban water heater that we're talking about, propane only. Up here, the interesting thing is that this is where you push down to, it's already on, but
This is where you push down to light the pilot. Make sure you're holding down on this as you're lighting over there. But the interesting thing is that when you flip it over to on, it doesn't automatically ignite the burner. You have to push it all the way to where that line is that's going straight up and down. But you do those things, it should light up for you. Again, we've got the sealant around the outside. We've got the door back on. Everything is good to go, and it's been working perfectly for a month now. I've got the replacement, the Suburban propane SW6P. Got it online at Walmart and just had it sent to the local store. Also, I think it's available on Amazon, but the thing that you need to be careful is that when I went online to look for these types of things, some of the ones that I said worked perfectly for it, the propane line actually comes in about right here, which means you'd have to make several adjustments. So make sure you're looking around and you find one that comes in directly from this angle, okay, instead of from up here. Again, that was something that I almost made a major mistake on and almost ordered something simply because it said it would fit or it would replace the SW6P Suburban water heater.
Hopefully you've got something out of this. That was our whole point. We wanted to make sure that you had that opportunity to at least learn something from a guy that really is a novice. But I was able to install it. We've now had it in there for a month and everything works fine. So very, very pleased with it. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, just comment below. Or if you see something that maybe you could add that maybe I didn't go through, didn't go over when we were doing the video, again, just drop a comment below. And that way everybody can learn from our little community here.
Yeah. And like we mentioned last week, we've been off and on in RVs and tiny houses and different campers full time for the last 6 out of the 10 years. So we have had a lot of experiences. So if you have any questions about how to fix different things or what it's like to live in different types of RVs or anything about boondocking or anything, you can ask us. And we're camping, and if we have that knowledge, which we have that knowledge on everything we just mentioned, let us know and we'll get a video out about that. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're living in sticks and bricks or a camper, there's always something to fix, and that's okay. We'll just take a time out and get her done. So but until then, this is Grassroots Living. Oh, you got one more?
No, we can't stop this yet. Hey, if you like what we did today, give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Subscribe.
Yeah, and like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comments down there.
This is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
Hey, we're thinking of you, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.